And welcome to another episode of SJ Scrubs, and I am back scrubbing Civilization 6, the new expansion, Gathering Storm. For those of you coming from my last video, just as a recap, I have my Pantheon, I am working towards getting a religion, I am exploring, met a couple of city-states, and I have also met Gandhi of the Indian civilization. So that's where we're at, working on irrigation, working towards my new government. I've sent a trade delegation. Your delegation is most welcome. We are a happy people over here. Will you accept my delegation? Yeah. Alright. So we're on our way towards becoming besties. We'll see how this goes. I probably should have a troop here. Choose production. So I just built a shrine to get up my faith count per turn. In general, I tend not to waste turns building a monument, because eventually I will get the gold to just buy it. So I am going to build, I'm going to build it. Yeah, I'll build it. I'll build a slinger to take care of this guy. Hopefully he doesn't crap around with my stuff too badly. At the moment, I am just trying to find more city-states. That is literally all I'm trying to do. I can't go further any that way because I can't cross water tiles yet. Okay, yeah, he's moving away.
Thousands have lived without love.
And this guy is just kind of hanging out up here until I get mining researched. So hopefully I can meet more of these city-states before Gandhi does, just because I could use the bonuses. I'm going to grab this goody hut. Hope it gives me something goody. Now, I sent him a delegation, and he's already unfriendly towards me. Ooh, nice. Fantastic. Which harkens to the dickishness that I mentioned in the previous video. Because the way that Gandhi, just as a historical walk down memory lane. So how this worked in the first civilization, for those of you who are unaware, in the first civilization, each AI had kind of like a peacefulness meter, and Gandhi was based on his programming just super peaceful, so it was easy to bring that kind of that number, that value up to super high levels. But the problem came because it was so easy to raise it to those levels. It would, because back in the day it was on just like a 2 byte value, so it would go up to 255 and then wrap back down to negative 254. So with Gandhi in the old civilization, it would be the case where, you know, you were super best buddies with them, and then all of a sudden Gandhi would just like nuke the BAJOOBERS out of you. So with that said, the guys at Sid Meier's company, whatever, they kind of kept that in for Gandhi as kind of an Easter egg / joke, where he was very easily given to all of a sudden declaring surprise wars, or all of a sudden just bombing the crap out of your cities with no warning. So it behooves me to stay on Gandhi's good side because I know what he is capable of. Which one do I want? I want the science tile.
Imagination is craftsmanship and gives us many useful objects.
None of these are, I'm not interested in. Well, I want the production, I want the experience, so I'm going to keep that like that. Choose research. Okay, I am on the coast, so I could go the whole seafaring route. I do want to get my campuses up and running, and I do want to get my archers up and running. I have a potential for a good desert city, which is great once you have Petra built, but in the meantime, yeah, I'll hold off on that. So I do have enough religious points to get my great prophet, and bam, got my religion. I don't have enough to buy a monument yet. Now, for those of you who are wondering, I went the whole holy site to generate great prophet points to get my religion. Some of you might have wondered why I didn't go with Stonehenge, because Stonehenge, once you build it, it just gives you a great prophet. And part of that is because those great person points are helpful, and this doesn't generate any. Hanging gardens. I don't want to take up my production tiles, but this highlights. So, you can see these symbols right here. This location is susceptible to flooding. So whenever you're placing districts or cities, those will pop up just to give you an idea, like, hey, for the record, if you settle here, you might get chumped by the river. What these tiles are is there's also a global warming mechanic where the sea level rises, and so there's like 3 stages to that. And so on the first stage, tiles with the white wave will get flooded and turn into coast tiles. In the second stage, if it rises some more, the blue waves with the 2, and then the third stage, the red waves with the 3. I don't think I have not played this enough to know whether there are tiles past that get wiped out. So regardless, I'm not going to do hanging gardens here. I'll get a trader going just to get some extra gold. Choose my religion. Crabs. Because, you know, gotta get those crabs. So again, I don't have any mods. So normally I'd have, with the mods that I play with, normally I'd have a ton more options for religion. Here, I tend to, with just these choices, because I tend to be World Wonder heavy, I go with those World Wonders provide for faith. Now, there is another one that is great, and I'm going to pick it because it's so great. It's this religious colonization. Cities start with this religion in place if founded by a player who has this as their majority religion. That is helpful because, as you can see, I only have one city. It is now CRABS. Ottawa has CRABS. Yes, that's my sense of humor is that immature. Now, whenever I found a new city, it will automatically also have CRABS. So I don't have to spend faith on missionaries or apostles or any of that to try and convert my own cities, because that religious policy will do it automatically, which is fantastic. So, my goal is to get this guy over here somewhere, to get this guy probably over there somewhere. He has a lot of warriors already. That doesn't bode well for me. Now, another one of the mods that I had actually told you why they were unfriendly. With the current base game that I'm playing with, all of it says we set up a delegation, which is great. First impressions of me, which, like, who knows why it was a bad one. I greeted them warmly, as is Canadian custom. So who knows? Frankly, I'm a little put out because, you know, we probably offered them maple syrup, we offered them the best poutine, and they just throw it right in our faces. So, sucks to you. I'm not sure if I like the whole, like, fiddle soundtrack for Canada. I guess that's the case if you're maybe in Saskatchewan or Manitoba. Oh, I do have enough for monument now, so that's happening. I'm going to send this guy, I guess, to Mexico City, because that's the only thing. And another one of my mods has the ability to just set this trade route on repeat, which is really nice if you just kind of want to send it and not worry about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that guy. I'm pretty sure he's going to die. But he will die in the attempt to get this tribal village. I'm going to build another settler for now, because I really need to start spreading out. And I kind of want to build a city here because I know that India tends to spread out pretty quickly. And so either here or here, just to kind of slow their expansion northward. Alright, I'll go this way. Oh, good choice. Very good choice. I like that. Next turn.
Writing is easy.
So they've already built their second city. India's expanding, adding a new settlement, whatever it was, Patna. So they're already kind of creeping their way up here. So I might build a city here. I've got some stone, I've got some diamonds. This is all floodplain here, so I might build the Great Bath at that city. So here, you can't see it, but here is the first of what will become many natural disasters. We've got a withering drought, and you've got different types. This is a withering drought, but that adjective is based on the amount of tiles that are affected. Severe lack of rainfall can damage improvements, curb food output for the next 5 turns. So you can also see it says 0 tiles damage, but as this thing goes on, it will say, okay, these other tiles are damaged. Oof. Ugh. Oh, this is... No. I want him to live. Well, who's from that? Auckland. Now they are a great one to have. Shallow water tiles yield provide 1 production additional when you reach the industrial area. So these coastal cities, they can be good for food, but with Auckland, they're fantastic because it's just food and production for days. Sadly, Gandhi was the first one to meet them, so they are getting another 2 production in their capital when producing wonders, buildings, and districts, and I am not. So, no bueno. I do not like that. I do not like that. He should. I should be able to... No, I can't promote him yet. Oh, goodness. We'll see how that goes. once you promote him, once he earns enough experience to get promoted, he'll heal up a bit, and then I can get that goody head. This guy needs to get out of here. I do not like the fact that he's there.
Organisms don't think of CO2 as a poison. Plants and organisms that make shells, coral.
3 food and
Think of
2
it as a
science.
building block.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to send my settler over there. I know I said that I'd send him here and blah, 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 but I do want that natural wonder because even though I'm taking my wife's route and kind of spamming settlers with faith, I'm still a sucker for science, and the Great Barrier Reef provides some. So.
There is no shame in deterrence. Having a weapon is very different from actually using it.
So, for the longest time, this is one of the things that he says to you, and I didn't understand if that was a good thing or a bad thing, because generally, if they're happy, they'll be standing there smiling, and if they're angry, they'll be standing there frowning. And of course, he's just standing there deadpan. But this seems to be the consensus. There's no shame in deterrence, meaning he's okay if you have military presence, just don't use it. So that's kind of a backhanded way of him saying, like,
It is equally important
where the heck is
to
your
have a
military?
happy and
Like,
engaged
don't be
workforce, as it is to have a profitable
don't be
bottom line.
ashamed of having that military. I'm gonna switch it out for that production towards wonders. No, I'll keep the double. Okay, so here is where me and my wife split in terms of tactics. Normally, I would have chosen this guy as the governor because 15% increase in science and culture generated by the city, put him in my capital with a campus, and okay, now we're cooking with gas. Her method is to get this guy with this provision. Settlers trained in the city do not consume population. So I'm going to appoint this guy, put him in my main city, and that way I can start sending out settlers. Actually, I'm going to hold off on the settler building right there and build a campus. Yeah, we'll go there. Because then once this guy kind of gets settled in my city, then I can build that settler and my population won't drop. Now this guy does have a promotion, so he'll heal up some, and then I might be able to get that. We'll see. This guy has a promotion, and we'll go faster travel in woods.
The sea seemed to roll back upon itself, and to be driven from its banks by the convulsive motion
One
of
tile
the earth.
impassable natural wonder. It appears
It
as
is
a volcano
certain
and
at least
provides
the
one
shore
production
was
and adjacent tiles
considerably
on
enlarged,
eruption. It
and
gives
several
high
sea
yields
animals were left upon
to
it.
adjacent tiles,
On the
but
other
large
side,
population
a
loss.
black and
It's always
dreadful
active.
cloud, broken with rapid, zigzag flashes, revealed behind it variously shaped masses of flame.
So, if you take a look at the yields around, immediately around Mount Vesuvius, namely that tile, you can see that it's got a bunch of yields. And let's see, faster moving in hills. Next turn I'll go a little closer so you can see over here. But in this game, you either have inactive or active volcanoes. Inactive means it's there, but it's not going to erupt. Active means that it has the possibility of erupting, and depending on how high your natural disaster settings are, that might mean it erupts almost all the time or not very much. Anyways, my settings for natural disasters are on the highest, and Mount Vesuvius is always active. So, in terms of my interactions with Delhi, and forgive me any Gandhi fans that are watching this, But my best bet, just to kind of keep him in check, is this blows up all of the time and maybe takes out some of his population, just so that he loses out on production and whatnot. I doubt I will be that lucky. Okay. Now I'm going to begin my foray into toward that goody hut. Gandhi has finished the Hanging Gardens. I'm kind of sad because it doesn't look like I need 3 more era points, and I'm not going to be able to get to the point where I get a golden age because the era ends next turn. I'm kind of super bummed about that. Sigh. Well, I might get some era points here. Oh. 1 envoy. So I am now I can either become suzerain of either Kandy or Rapa Nui. Now, I've already received a relic for every time you discover new natural wonder. I've already found 2, but because I wasn't suzerain, I did get that bonus. You need to have 3 envoys to be suzerain. Moai, I can take or leave. I'd rather put districts down than take tiles up with Moai. But Auckland, for sure, I'm going to put an envoy towards, because I do want to be suzerain of them eventually, and that 2 production towards wonders is going to be super helpful. Yeah, it gave me 1 era score. Oh, he's happy with me now. So, make a dedication. Now, I missed the Golden Age mark by a bit. Thankfully, Gandhi didn't get Golden Age either. So we're on the same footing. Yeah, I'm going to go with the science. Eureka's. Yeah, we'll go with that. I am going to call it there for this episode. If you like what you're seeing, and or you really want to share your displeasure with my playstyle in the comments, you can feel free to do that. I will probably agree with you. But like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.